We have some breaking news got to do with Zack Snyder's next Netflix film titled Rebel Moon. We have found out a date when this is going to start shooting and actually how it could be beneficial for Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and restoring the Snyderverse. What's going on, Zack Snyder fans? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, the Viking. Make sure you give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for a brand new video every single day. So, quick video, breaking news, literally just in about Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. Okay, if you didn't know, Zack Snyder has signed a deal with Netflix. He made Army of the Dead, Army of Thieves came out, huge hits, and now he's making his Star Wars-inspired sci-fi epic Rebel Moon starring Sofia Boutella. Looking forward to this one big time. But many fans can't believe how WB, Warner Brothers, haven't greenlit a Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 or any of the restoring of the Snyderverse projects, considering Zack Snyder's Justice League was a huge hit internationally. Even though they didn't release the official domestic numbers for Zack Snyder's Justice League, it was called a global phenomenon, and around the world it broke records in Russia, in Canada, in numerous different locations, and it was high. The rankings, the numbers, the Blu-ray buys, all that kind of stuff were sky high for the Snyder Cut. There is money to be made with this franchise, and we can't believe how the executives over there at Warner Brothers are so sour to Zack Snyder and his vision, considering when you put all three of them together, Man of Steel, BBS and Zack Snyder's Justice League, it's an amazing trilogy. And many people who watched the Snyder Cut said, oh, now I can see what Zack Snyder was trying to do. It actually improves Man of Steel. It actually improves Batman v Superman. And that's what Zack Snyder was doing, a 5-story arc. And people are asking Warner Brothers to restore the Snyderverse. Well, for me, I just want to see Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. That's step one, because we have the Snyder Cut. It came out, huge hit. You have a platform. You have actual evidence to say that there's a fan base here, people want to watch it. Not just hardcore Snyder fans, but critics, bloggers and international general audiences watched the Snyder Cut and they absolutely loved it. But you're probably saying, what's this got to do with Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon that is coming to Netflix maybe next year, but it's starting to shoot later this year? Look, this just came out. Some information about Rebel Moon, and the title isn't just Rebel Moon. We got this. The title is Rebel Moon Part 1, Netflix Productions. The status, April 18th, location, Los Angeles. Then you got the producers of the film, you got the director, Zack Snyder, the cast. Only one cast member has been announced so far, and they're getting ready to shoot this film in April. So we're going to hear more casting announcements, which I can't wait. My prediction is Wayne T. Carroll will be in it, and Ray Fisher will be in it. Also, this notice for the film reveals that parts 1 and 2 are planning to film back to back. This is the first we've heard of this, because it was called Rebel Moon. There was no part 1 or part 2, but now Zack Snyder will be shooting Rebel Moon and its sequel back to back. And Zack Snyder and his shoots for movies are always very long. You know, look at Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and I think the original Justice League film, it started shooting like a week or 2 weeks after Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice came out, so April, and then it ended in November. So it's very similar to this shoot right here for Rebel Moon, and you can see how much was in the Snyder Cut. Of course, there's post-production, there's pickups and stuff like that, but Zack Snyder always has huge detail, huge scope in his movies, and that's why they're a lengthy shoot. So it's very, very interesting that we're getting part 1 and part 2 of Rebel Moon, which I cannot wait. I'm guessing part 1 may be released in 2023, and then part 2 can be released in 2024 or at the start of 2025. But why is this good for Justice League 2? Well, if everything was to go right with Discovery, with the executives, if they looked at the numbers and they thought that, wow, why isn't this movie getting a sequel? Zack Snyder's Justice League did pretty well. Then Zack Snyder will have time on his hands, because his movies are huge shoots. And instead of doing Rebel Moon 1, doing that for 6 months, then seeing how well the first movie does, then go into production for the second one. That's another 12 months. So you're looking at maybe 2 to 3 years of Zack Snyder just concentrating on Rebel Moon Part 1 and Part 2. And maybe there's a third movie as well. But with this production, he can shoot Part 1 and Part 2 within 6 months. Then you're looking at maybe 4 to 5 months of post-production or 6 months. He's got so much time on his hands after that. So if Discovery did come to him, if they did offer him a deal saying, look, Zack, we want Zack Snyder's Justice League 2, we promise you, you will have full control. It will be a HBO Max exclusive. And you can have your Snyderverse, your own pocket of the universe on our streaming service. You know, we've got huge things coming. We want you to be a part of it. And if Zack Snyder got the confidence from WB, from David Zaslav, or whoever is over Warner Brothers or HBO Max at that time period, then Zack could say, okay, I'll do it under these conditions. And Zack has the power to call that because he's one of the biggest directors of all time. James Cameron, Christopher Nolan, Denis Villeneuve, Zack Snyder, Quentin Tarantino. Those guys are the biggest directors in Hollywood. And Zack Snyder has proved through his box office, through his streaming numbers, that he can make huge hits that people talk about and people want to see. So for me, this doesn't mean, it's not confirmed that we're getting Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. Not at all. I'm just saying, this is one step, and this is a good step, because this film will be done in 6 months. And actually, 2 of them will be done in 6 months. And I can't wait for this, and I think this will blow Star Wars out of the water, big time. But what I'm saying is, if Discovery came to him and offered him a deal, he would have time to do Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. If he did Rebel Moon 1, have to wait a year, then did 2, he wouldn't have time. It would be 4 or 5 years before he was available for Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. This way, he'll be available by next year. And that's a really good thing. That's really good news if you're a fan. So, look, let's see what happens. It's not confirmed. It's not even in the discussion right now. All I'm saying is, it's step 1, and it's a pretty good step. Okay, what's your thoughts on Rebel Moon shooting back-to-back? The first one and its sequel. I cannot wait for this movie. On Netflix, they get a huge budget, creative freedom, of course, and the description of this film just sounds absolutely insane. And I can't wait to learn more of the cast members. You know, we only have heard about Sofia Boutella. Who else will be in Rebel Moon? But after that, Zack Snyder will have time. If Warner Brothers want to come knocking and say, hey Zack, I remember us, can you maybe come back and do that whole nightmare thing? Then we're talking. So that would be awesome. Guys, let me know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.